by a region.
New York Congressman George Latimer, who represents parts of the Bronx, says he can't get behind the proposal that would pull funding for the nation's busiest rail corridor that runs between Boston and Washington, D.C.
This is an essential service that complements the other transportation options that exist. And the willingness to cut the Northeast Corridor by 25% is a bad business decision.
Westchester County Executive Ken Jenkins echoing the sentiment, adding the proposed cuts threaten to undermine reliability and delay modernization projects. I'm Natalie Migliori.
Zicam and Oragel products are recalled over potential fungal contamination. According to the FDA, the products include Zicam Cold Remedy nasal swabs and nasal all clear swabs, as well as Oragel baby teething swabs. From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE-40.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
All aboard!
There's a new way to travel, and it's one of the oldest forms of transportation. Travel by train. Yes, consider traveling around the United States on Amtrak. Traveling by train is a lot less of a headache than taking a plane, and you'd be surprised how many places you can go on an Amtrak. And there's no passports or IDs needed. Find out how to get where you're going as soon as tomorrow by train. Call the Amtrak Travel Hotline right now. We'll book your trip and email your tickets within minutes. Skip the drive to the airport and skip the lines. Call right now to book your Amtrak reservations. We service most of the United States.
All aboard!
Do something new. Travel by Amtrak today.
800-428-9517. 800-428-9517. 800-428-9517. That's 800-428-9517.
What are you so happy about?
I'm on the pill.
Aren't you two a bit old to worry about having more kids?
Not her, me.
You lost me there, buddy.
Steelman pills. Things weren't always looking up, if you catch my drift. So my doctor prescribed me a little something.
Like Viagra?
Yeah, but that's expensive, and it wasn't covered by my insurance. Steelman pills cost me less than $3 a pill, and virtually the same effect. I just called and got over 40 pills for only $99.
We got a
I have
ton
this
of
friend
stories
who might be
today.
looking. And
Well, if your friend wants some help, the consultation is
stream can
free
hear
over
you.
the phone. No
Right.
clinic.
The stream
Steelman
can hear
Pills
you.
sends it in the mail in a confidential
Right now,
package.
what stream?
I'm on it. I mean,
Through
my
podcast?
friend will
Yeah,
be on this.
Just like
Facebook,
before?
yeah,
Steelman
Facebook,
Pills.
everything.
Going
They can
the
hear
extra
you.
mile
It's
to
kind of
help
show
men
before
with
the show.
erectile
That's
dysfunction.
all right.
Thank
you,
Nobody
Mike.
can see right now, but
800-915-9371.
and they can hear the
800-915-9371.
radio feed as well.
800-915-9371. That's 800-915-9371.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome into the show. Good morning. 6:05 on a Tuesday morning. This is Arch City Now. Vic Faust here. You'll hear the voice of Projo. Sometimes you'll see him, which is nice as well. The Wilson, of course, of TV series. That's what he likes to be called. Good morning to Projo as well. Ready to rock and roll on a Tuesday. You like it. Of course you do.
I get it, and it's endearing, yeah.
It's June 10th. We're glad you're with us. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing the show. If you see us looking down, if you see me looking down, that's just us taking care of business on our socials as well as we do on the radio side as well. Glad you guys are with us. We are Arch City Live. We are live right now, and I love it.
We are live.
I love it. What do we got here? I'm checking out some things. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All good in our hood this morning. It is Tuesday. It is June 10th, by the way. As we know, life just continues to move along at a faster pace than ever before, but you're glad you're with us. Tons of topics to talk about over the next 2 hours. We know we jump in. People start to mosey up to the show. They start to get up a little bit. They start to, tune in to see what's going on. How was the rest of your day and evening last night, Pro Joe?
It was really good. Cooked a good meal and relaxed.
What is a good meal? Seriously, what is a good everybody's good meal is different.
Okay.
I'm not kidding you.
So
You got a big, and people can't see Pro Joe right now, but he's got a big old smile on his face. So I'm assuming this is going to be funny.
Well, no, not really funny, but we'll just say that it wasn't exactly the healthiest.
That's fine.
I fried pork chops in bacon grease with fried potatoes. Yes,
That sounds good.
it was really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, damn. So what you saved your bacon grease?
Yeah,
See-
I make bacon and eggs all the time. Save my
Okay.
bacon grease, and yeah, I fried my pork chops and my potatoes in bacon grease. I also had broccoli and Brussels sprouts, but
Broccoli,
and
Brussels sprouts.
fried potatoes, and
Is that your favorite meal that you make at home?
Not really, but it was the way I made it last night. It's up there.
Glad you guys are with us. Hey, by the way, you can that's Pro Joe. You know what? Hey, my girlfriend made me dinner last night.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
What'd she
it was
make?
good. Salmon,
Oh,
rice, and peas. That's my favorite vegetable.
sounds
peas.
way
There you go.
healthier. Way healthier than
Oh
mine.
yeah. You got it. Glad you guys are with us again. We are Art City now. We're rocking and rolling, jumping into this. You can watch us on YouTube, Art City Now. You can stream us on X at Arch City Now as well. The Facebook streaming's coming, the TikTok streaming's coming, and of course, you know where to find us on radio. I stayed up late watching I stayed late as early when you have this segment, this show,
Mhm.
to watch Florida Panthers NHL hockey. I mean, they dominated last night, won 6-1 over the Oilers. That means they take a 2-1 series lead. They look damn good. I mean, you're talking about a team that's played more games in NHL in a 3-year period than any hockey team in the history of the game. And they made Edmonton look really bad. And I thought Edmonton has looked really good. So we'll see where that series goes. The Cardinals lost last night 5-4 to the Blue Jays. Man, their reliever, Ryan Helsley, who was considered to be one of the best in baseball, a lot of talk about him being traded during the offseason, has now blown 3 saves in a week. 3 saves. I mean, it's like, uh-oh. And we see this all the time with relievers. It seems like they play great. Then you sign them. And then the slide starts. Oh, man, we got to get Helsley back on track. Love him as a person when I've seen him do interviews. Love him as a pitcher. He did not look good. Cardinals lose a game they should have won. That it was sad, sad, sad. That should not be happening. It should not be happening. So people get frustrated. Clearly, I would be frustrated as well. And nobody's more frustrated than he is. But okay, that's what we do. Cardinals lose again, or they lose after having an opportunity to win the game. And they lose it in extras, which is a bummer. So okay. We've also got the NBA finals coming back. NBA getting ready to play their game 3. That will be played Wednesday night, tomorrow night in Indiana. Just checking in on those guys. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 coming this weekend. Efforting guest texted John Bommarito, see when he is. I don't know if he wants to get up this early.
Who does?
They may hit some of the other shows throughout the day. I'm noticing that, trying to book guests. Damn, that's early. That's early. Damn, that's way early. Can we do something taped? I'm like, okay, we'll find our niche.
Technically, we could.
We'll make that work. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500, terrific weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Get your tickets. It's a great way to support St. Louis, that's for sure. Another sporting news this morning. TJ Oshie, who had a terrific NHL career, terrific career playing hockey across seas. Decided to call it quits yesterday. He did that in DC. I mean, this guy, he literally shared his news in front of hundreds of fans. They're at the fountains at Washington Harbor in Georgetown, 7 years to the day. One of the most memorable cup celebrations in hockey history, when he had several teammates jumped into the fountain. They took a dip, literally in that dip after they won the cup. He won the cup in 2018. Really, he burst on the scene too back in the 2014 Sochi Olympics. Had scored 4 shootout goals as well. He was 38 years old. He didn't play this past season because of a back injury, but what a career. He was a great St. Louis Blue. He literally said, I want to thank the Washington Capitals and St. Louis Blues for giving me the opportunity to play the game I love, all of my teammates who battled with me every night, my coaches who challenged me to be better every day, and the athletic trainers and equipment staff who got me ready to play. He was very much loved throughout the St. Louis area. That announcement came down yesterday, literally taken 24th in the 2005 draft by the Blues. So played a lot of games, 1,116 regular season playoff games as well. He had 336 goals, 428 assists for 764 points, and he had a really good year when they won the cup. So TJ Oshie, he was 4 of 6, I was reminded, in his shootout attempts during the U.S.-Russia preliminary round game back in the Olympics. We were just talking about that. He had 76 power play goals in DC, and they're the 5th most in franchise history. So had a terrific career. TJ Oshie, really liked throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area as well. So give a shout out to TJ this morning as we get things going on Arch City Now. By the way, if you guys have stories and ideas and want us to cover certain things, do so. Jump in the chat on the YouTube channel. We appreciate it when you guys are there. That's for sure. We're always looking for those story ideas. If you have crazy video, you have wild video, anything that you've done, send it on in here. Pro Joe will light that thing up. We'll show it to you and we'll get you running on your mornings. 6:13 is our time. We're here Monday through Friday. Of course, 6 to 8 a.m. following us. You've got Hot Take Central 2.0. And you can also look at our website at luinfo.com. Once again, luinfo.com. We are the Lou Information Station, live and on demand at luinfo.com. We continue to get things rocking and rolling all over the place. We try to follow the direction of Dave Green, the president of this network, which we continue to rock and roll with. So anyway, thanks for being with us. You guys make the show. If we didn't have you on the show, then there wouldn't be a lot we could do. So jump in, jump out. I know it's early, 6 to 8 a.m. every day. We try to get you up and rolling with the stories from St. Louis, the headlines that are making news, what people in St. Louis are talking about. And that's where we rely on you too. We have our ideas. You tell us what's happening as well. Kind of a sports story, human interest story as well. We were talking about him with Dave Green last week, but Ric Flair, of course, he's an iconic figure. Everybody likes to talk about Rick. We had him on the show. We had a drop. We played the drop. He's become synonymous with St. Louis over the past few years with Car Shield and the commercials and coming to town and people seeing Rick out and about. How the man has cheated death. I mean, he's a 76-year-old man, but he talks about the life that he's lived, all the alcohol. I mean, he's lived a hard life, yet he continues to beat Father Time. And we're praying for Rick this morning. He just was diagnosed with his, I guess it's his, second time in 3 years for skin cancer. So, yeah, and allegedly it was a severe case. I don't know if there's a non-severe case of skin cancer. Skin cancer is skin cancer, but he's expected to start treatment next week. And, we like ourselves from Ric Flair around here. Nobody wants to go through anything like that. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's got a heart of gold. He was once on that Kill Tony show. I told you.
Oh, really? He was on Kill Tony?
Yeah, he was on Kill Tony.
How long ago was that?
Last year, I do believe. Yeah.
Really?
And he didn't like the format of the show. He didn't like that they made fun of some of these comics. So he left halfway through the show because he couldn't take the ribbing that they did of some of the comics that weren't as good. So he was always trying to keep it positive on the show, and
Really?
that's just not the format of the show.
Well, there's not a microphone or a camera that man has not liked in
Right.
his life. For him to walk away,
Yeah.
but were you watching it when
I
this
was,
happened?
yeah.
What was your thoughts? Because you love Kill Tony. And
I
you're a
just
big
he's so
comedian.
sweet. He doesn't like what normal comedy is. I mean, normal comedy is people making fun of, and especially that show. It's kind of like the Gong Show of stand-up comedy. And
Oh, what a great analogy.
yeah,
Our younger listeners, if we haven't,
Right.
may not know what that is.
exactly. But yeah, no, he couldn't stand that. If somebody bombed, they made fun of him, or they made fun of them, and Ric Flair just wasn't about making fun of people.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how they responded. Do you remember?
Oh, they just lovingly, like, come on, Rick, come back. Like, as he's walking off stage, I don't think he completely, before he agreed to come on the show, I don't think he completely understood the format.
He should have gotten up and started body slamming him.
Right.
It's like, woo! Yeah, all over the place. Interesting. So Ric Flair has had thoughts and prayers for him and his family. Like I said, he really has become synonymous with St. Louis. He just has been because of these commercials and being around, and we liked having him on our previous podcast show that we had as well. Just a really, really good dude. So Ric Flair's dealing with that. We're talking about that from a sports standpoint. What else? I'm making sure we didn't miss any of our other sports-esque things that were going on today. Weather standpoint, like 82, 83 today, hazy again. The Canadian wildfires, I keep hearing about that. It's like
Another red morning,
Is
red
it?
sun. Yeah.
a red sun, and that's because of
I guess because of the smoke from Canada, from the whatever they got going on up there.
you sure it's not from your favorite place down the street? That's my weed joke with Projo.
Yeah.
By
High
the way,
profile.
yeah. Is that what the name of it is? High
Yeah,
profile.
High profile.
Yeah,
Here in Chesterfield, Missouri, on Chesterfield Airport Road.
Yeah, we've produced some shows in the weed industry. For people who don't know, I mean, when it comes to we had Green Light.
Yep.
And then
Route 66.
Route 66.
And Ostera.
And Ostera.
Yep.
That's right. We need to get a show. I've talked.
Right.
There's anyway. I don't do it, but I see the need for it. I really do, and we've talked about that. And that's you want to get on the show and get in Joe's heart and soft spots. Just message him
Mhm.
about the cannabis industry and the marijuana industry and
Happy to talk.
and how it can help people.
Yep. Nope. I can be. I have testimony.
Testimony.
Yeah.
I like
I
it.
can. Yeah.
So we cover all of those things. We cover all of these ideas, these sports. Weather today, we were just talking about what you're going to see, 82 in sunny. We'll talk about another. So Ric Flair, man, Rick, stay in there, hang in there. Some of the stories we're going to be talking about today. People are still stealing copper in St. Louis, and not out of the city, other counties. That is still a big business. Somebody recently told me and I'm trying to remember the story, but somebody said they had to watch this guy because he stole their copper, literally stole their copper. I'm like, people are still stealing copper.
Now I know you can get it from wire, but where else are they stealing it from? And there can't be that much copper wire out
Buildings.
there. Really?
Yeah. Some houses have copper roofs and
Oh yeah.
you can make some money. I mean, that's how bad things can be, but we'll get into that. Disaster.
I'm just wondering how you steal copper from somebody's roof without them noticing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I was just, it's probably a dumbass
Right.
thing for me to say.
No, I could see somebody trying.
There's copper on house. There's copper on buildings. There's copper out and about.
I could definitely see somebody trying.
What they were stealing and people were stealing, wasn't it Cadillac converters because of the copper
Oh
inside
yeah,
of it too?
yeah. or the porcelain or something inside of them. Yeah.
So we'll get into that. FEMA relief is on the way. More of it for St. Louis. The president, Donald Trump, approved a disaster declaration to get money here ASAP. That was some good news we'll get into as well. We got to take a break at 6:21, dude. You got to help me there.
Yeah, my bad.
Back with March City Now right after this, and we'll go over the list.
Want to learn about the best places to eat in the Lou? Tune in to Dinner Rush with Joe Fresta each Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow all the station's social media accounts and podcasts. Find out how at louinfo.com.
Get ready, St. Louis. The Cubs are coming to town June 23rd through the 26th. The Cardinals host baseball's best rivalry at Busch Stadium in a series that always delivers. The Chicago STL rivalry is legendary, and the energy in the ballpark will be electric. It's the perfect way to spend a summer day or night at the ballpark with passionate fans and nonstop action. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/tickets.
Hey, this is Sonny Gray, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Catch a Cardinals game on your next date night or friends night out. Whether it's love in the stands or laughter with your crew, nothing beats ballpark vibes under the lights. Cold drinks, great eats, and Cardinals baseball. Check out Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium and enjoy happy hour price food and drinks all game long. Every Friday home game. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com and make memories that go beyond the scoreboard. Busch Stadium, where great nights begin.
Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill has a new menu. But don't freak out. Hot Shots favorites are still there, like their famous wings, tacos, burgers, and pizzas. Plus, sure to be new faves like Big Philly egg rolls, the Bold and Hearty Slugger sandwich, the Buffalo Chicken Pizza, and 2 new wing sauces, Carolina Gold and Bourbon Glaze. And making a comeback, it's the return of Hot Shots' legendary waffle fries. So now there's even more to love at Hot Shots. Come try out the new menu at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Find the location nearest you at hotshotsnet.com.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get. A full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel. A delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here. And when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right, free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. That's 800-497-7198.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is Tuesday. It's June 10th, 6:25 is our time. I'm Vic Faust. Glad you guys are with us during our second week of this project. Projo alongside as well, producing the show. You'll hear his voice. Sometimes you'll see him as well. If you ever have any food questions, health questions, culinary questions, Projo is the man.
Yeah.
Nutrition. You're talking about a man who's lost 200 pounds.
Yeah.
You were near 500 pounds, right?
Yes. Yep.
Near 500 pounds, you're 300. You're the best. Well, I can't say you're the best 300-pound man. Look at some of these linemen in the NFL who get paid a lot of money to be 300 pounds.
I could work out more. Yeah.
No, but you look good, man. I would never guess you're 300 pounds. You're just a big dog.
Yeah.
The big dog walking around. Pro Joe. We love him around here too. Lots of good questions. We'll get into some of those health talks as well, nutrition talks. As a matter of fact, me bringing it up, I got to remind myself I need to go get my lemons. I'm out of my lemons.
Yeah, I got mine right.
Pro Joe got me hooked on the lemons. Oh, yeah, that's right. And the lemon juice. A-OK stuff. Weather today is supposed to be about 82, hazy, not bad, dry. But I hate us talking about rain for the weekend again. I'm like, my God, more rain. Freaking stop. No. I want 2 weeks of no rain. 2 weeks of no rain, sun, and bring in all the good times. Okay, guys, as we were going to break, we talked about some of the things that were happening, some of the topics we're getting into. We're talking about copper. We'll get into that story. Donald Trump approving disaster declaration for St. Louis. We can break into that. Police cracking down on the reckless driving again when it comes to the stunt driving, a topic we'll get into before we get out of here at 8 o'clock. 3 St. Charles County cities named as the best to live in the country. Or actually, to live in Missouri. It was to live in Missouri.
Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah, not the country. I mean, that's a U.S. News and World Report. They like to do polls, and I like polls sometimes. But just look who's doing it. Don't look at political polls. We're not going to get into politics. But if you ever look at a political poll or something that could be controversial, look at who's paying for the poll.
Mm-hmm.
Learn that over a long time in news. Look who stands to benefit by the polling. Lion's Choice gets a nomination. Pro Joe and I like ourselves some Lion's Choice. I'll never forget the first time as a kid when I sank my teeth and tongue into the deliciousness of that roast beef with the seasoning and the sesame seed bun, toasted, buttered, going, oh my Lord, Mom, where have you brought me? I never want to leave.
Definitely good stuff.
And then she wouldn't let me eat 2. I could only have 1. You have 1 and like it.
They overdo the seasoning sometimes.
Well, it all depends on the creator of the sandwich.
The chef or the sandwich artist.
Whoever the painter of that sandwich is. We'll talk about Lion's Choice. We'll talk about what AMC Theaters is doing before their movies now. We'll get into that as well. And Fairmount Park in Casino Racing Group, they're trying to be a racino. They have a new restaurant. They're undergoing, I bet it's going to be pretty damn cool. They're undergoing a transformation over there.
I don't know how they haven't done it sooner.
Well, sometimes funds.
Yeah.
You and I have big plans to take over the world. We just, you got to have funds.
Got to have money. Yeah, true.
Come on, brother. We just need the funding. This is Art City Now, Vic Faust, Pro Joe. And of course, we love it when you guys let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods. This is all about St. Louis. Updates, stories, headlines, bringing you the energy to get you awake every morning from 6 to 8 a.m. We have everything. This isn't a sports show. We'll give some sports headlines. It's not a straight news show. It's not a straight entertainment show. It's not a what's happening in St. Louis. It's an everything show. And that's what at least our guidelines are. Until the big man tells us, you know what, go do this or go do that. You can watch us on YouTube at Arch City Now. We're streaming on X at Arch City Now. You can watch us and listen to us and stream us at luinfo.com as well. We are the information station. I like how that goes. The information station, live and on demand at luinfo.com, Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. You can also give us a call if you'd like. We have a video option so people can jump in on the show and we show you and we talk. But we also have the call option, 855-282-8255. Once again, 855, and I cannot remember the number. The scroller went by.
855-282-8255.
There's too many damn 8s, and it's just
8s and 5s.
We will be streaming on Facebook and TikTok as well coming up in shows ahead. Please like, subscribe, share the show, and let people know what's going on as well from that standpoint. All right, 6:30 is our time. Let's get into this right here. I guess the the disaster relief situation that we have going on right now. This was much expected. The May 16th tornadoes that devastated the St. Louis area, eastern parts of the state. Governor Mike Kehoe delivered the good news in a post on social media. He says, quote, "I appreciate President Trump for calling me personally this evening to notify us that he has approved Missouri's request for a major disaster declaration in response to the May 16th severe storm and tornadoes. Missourians are grateful for the president's leadership that, according to the governor, that is a good story as well. Very, very, very big coming from the governor to get that money in. We need the money. Obviously, St. Louis Mayor Kara Spencer, she's been unwavering in her calls for aid. She's thrilled by the news. She posted on X as well. Help is on the way. The mayor said that she spoke with both the governor and Senator Josh Hawley by phone and expressed the gratitude at their support and President Trump's declaration. Here's the thing. It's a bad situation, but doesn't it seem like things are a little bit more smooth with leadership in St. Louis City? I mean, Kara Spencer talking, saying the right things with people, trying to get along, whether you agree politically or not.
It's a little shocking. Yeah.
Both
sides
good.
getting along.
But I told you, I said, I knew Kara. I promoted her for a while. Ever since she allowed me into her house to do an interview with her on a 100-degree day, her air was out. Her little boy was running all over the place. I was like, okay, she's got her. She can handle a bunch of different things here. She's rocking and rolling all around.
She's a multitasker.
By the way, the declaration makes federal funding available to all the affected individuals in the tornado-affected areas through FEMA. So FEMA will be doing that. So what happens with that is assistance can include grants for temporary housing, home repairs, and let me tell you, I've been in those areas. There's a lot of home repairs. Some low interest loans are that's really important to cover uninsured property losses, because you have people who have insurance, paying freaking insurance every month, and then something comes through, and guess what? There are several cases where insurance doesn't cover everything. It happens. That is a real deal. That's why I'm going to tell people you need to work with a company that is excellent with insurance when it comes to a contractor. And if you have any experience in that too, if you find use one person to do everything, one company. You don't want a bunch of different claims. Find somebody who can do everything for you. It's a whole lot easier. I won't go off on a tangent, but I know this personally because of business that I work with. Also, Spencer said that more specific details regarding FEMA assistance will be announced once it becomes available. Spencer said the city is unsure of how much money St. Louis is going to receive. We'll find that out in the weeks to come. But we're talking about, and we'll get off this subject unless people want to jump in. The city's estimating nearly 10,000 buildings damaged. $9 million in state funding has already been secured for the urgent demolitions. You have to demolish these buildings and start over.
And that's just in St. Louis County, North St. Louis, 10,000
St. Louis City, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 10,000. It's a huge number. And then when you start to drive around, you get an idea of what's happening. It's bad.
Yeah, I haven't been up that way. However, from you, I hear that it's really bad.
No, it'd blow your mind at some of the things that are actually happening all over the place down there. You just wish the best for people and what they're trying to deal with.
Right.
So that's good news. What was there? There's Del Mar has a party June 17th. Oh
yeah.
Build Back the Block.
Build
I know
Back the Block.
That's that'll be next week, next Tuesday night. It's at Steve's Hot Dogs. We were told about that tornado relief concert. All kinds of bands. Did you know about the bands that are going to be there?
There's the
Funky Butt
Brass Band. I haven't heard them personally, however.
Plus members of the Urge.
Yeah. Yep.
The Funky Butt Brass Band.
Yeah.
The Funky Butt Brass Band. That's one you can't say fast. I promise you that. So that's going on. The Urban League continues to do what they do as we continue to promote that. Chaffetz had a deal yesterday. Just thank you. You can go online 211. You can call 211. Look for help. You can also do that online as well. If you're looking for assistance and trying to find some help on doing some of those things that are going on. Police are still cracking down on the driving, and I'm glad the reckless stunt driving. We talked about it yesterday. Literally disabling cars. If you have a stunt car, the last thing you want to do is get spiked. You know that. I mean, remember when you used to get spiked all the time, Joe, when you were driving in downtown St. Louis?
Huge problem.
Officers say, I mean, we talked about it yesterday, 40 to 50 cars spiked over the weekend. That's okay. I know that there's several cars that go out. You start spiking 40 to 50 cars every weekend, you're going to take care of that problem real fast. And I got another idea. I know people say, hey, we won't have a good time. You know, there's got to be a place to do it. I saw in Japan. I like this idea. And then police are chasing cars and you don't want to have the chases. In Japan, you know what they do with rioters and protesters and people that are around? They spray blue dye.
I heard about that.
They spray blue water dye.
Mm-hmm.
You look like a Smurf.
You're cooked after that.
You're Smurf cooked.
Yep.
And then they come and find you.
Mm-hmm.
And they slap the cuffs on you.
Yep.
What a brilliant idea.
Yep.
It's like, okay, you want to do some stunt driving? We're going to bring out the hoses and we're going to dye your freaking car blue.
Sir, you wouldn't be this color blue if you weren't there.
I mean, that's not being too harsh, is it?
I think it's a wonderful idea. I think that it helps with the safety of everybody.
Man,
you can deal with it later on. It's like getting one of those dye packs if you rob a bank and open the bag and it explodes. Yep. Same thing.
Multiple specialized units responded over the weekend. I mean, you're talking about mobile reserve, SWAT, anti-crime task force, drug enforcement, and intervention. The public safety director was talking about we have to be strategic in how we approach this. We have had officers nearly hit by some of the individuals that engage in this reckless behavior. There's just no place for it. I mean, you want to think that you're fast and furious, and I know the movies can be cool, and you want to go out and it's dumb. It is absolutely dumb, but some people love it. Go ahead and enjoy it. Police are starting to spike your cars. And so what would that be? Tires on those vehicles over 1,000 then for
probably some rim damage too, because most of them have really good rims.
Oh, damn. I wonder how big the spikes are. We get some police on here. We'll talk about the spiking.
Yeah. I have no idea. Yeah. I've never seen them, to be honest.
I'd like to be one of those guys. I'd love to. I'd be like laughing as I'm throwing the spikes out. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to watch this. Get the video. It'll be on their new channel. St. Louis Metro Police coming to you live.
Spiking Unleashed.
Spiking Unleashed. This is Art City Now. Glad you guys are with us. It is June 10th. Looks like another beautiful morning in St. Louis. Glad you're with us this morning. If there's any topics you want to cover, let us know. We'll get into that as well. And of course, bring you the best that we can from that standpoint. Fairmont Park and Casino is doing something I know people are starting to talk about. If you haven't been over to the Fairmont Park Raceway, check it out. They're bringing a new restaurant. They're calling it a Racino. Love the idea because they're trying to evolve. You got to evolve with the times. Collinsville's, of course, horse racing track. It's undergoing a multi-million-dollar expansion and a so-called Racino. So they got a new restaurant called Long Shots. I love the name considering the venue. Country Western Barbecue, offering a made-from-scratch menu. And, of course, you've got the views of the horse track and the winner's circle. I think that's pretty darn cool. That opened at the end of last week. We'll see where all of that goes. I mean, you're talking about small bites, cracker crust, pizza, sandwiches, burgers, signature smoked meats prepared daily in the Cook Shack smoker that can handle more than 500 pounds at a time. They've got themed shots as the Pony Pop. Let's see, you got about 15 employees. They're still hiring bartenders, hosts, cooks. So if people are looking for that situation, they can do that. You can also read more, find out details at the St. Louis Business Journal.
Yeah, I'm not much of a gambler, but I'd show up for the food.
A country Western barbecue.
Yeah.
It's a little different for the racetrack. You consider your clientele as well.
Right.
Who's coming over. It can be a fun time. It really is. The Racino hitting the sides there. So people check it out over in Collinsville, not too far away. I'm glad that you guys are giving us your ideas when we're talking about food too, and we'll get into it in the next hour as well. How about Pro Joe, your favorite roast beef place in the St. Louis metropolitan area? What is it?
Well, I guess we've already talked about it.
Well,
Lion's
but
Choice.
it doesn't have to be.
Well, I mean,
no, just because
all right.
I brought that up.
Well, I mean, it is. However, my second favorite, if we want to go there, is Jimmy John's. They have a really good roast beef
Do
sandwich.
they really?
Yeah, they have the Hunters Club.
Okay.
There's not very many places that actually sell really good roast beef anymore, or roast beef in general. Beef is hard to come by, especially at a sandwich shop, other than like Capriati's or Jimmy John's. You're not going to find a good roast beef sandwich anywhere.
Well, I found one.
Yeah.
Joyous. They have an incredible French dip at Joyous. Are you familiar with the sandwich shop Joyous?
I have never heard of them.
I
I am today years old.
No. You were missing out as well. But I listen, Lion's Choice is fantastic. I do love myself some Lion's Choice. They're getting some headlines. They've been nominated again for the title of America's favorite regional fast food restaurant. So under the fast food restaurant, because they have a different type of fry. People know it. It's pretty good. They've got some pretty good shakes as well. They got a baked potato. And I found out something about this too, which blew my mind. But people can vote for Lion's Choice to get the national spotlight. It's under the USA Today 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. So literally a panel nominated 20 regional restaurants from around the country, and Lion's Choice gets nominated. But we know Lion's Choice is just regional. They didn't want to, I heard this story a long time ago. They didn't want to branch out. They didn't want to go national. They wanted to keep it more of a local place.
That's it. That's all. They just wanted to keep it local.
Yep. They've got dozens of locations throughout the St. Louis metro area, obviously the Missouri side, the Illinois side, and then they've got a few in Kansas City, and that's it. But we all know they would dominate nationally if they wanted to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
I haven't seen anything like a Lion's Choice around America.
Yeah, no, other than Arby's. Yeah.
I remember when I thought
the beef
Arby's was
just not the same.
It's not real.
No,
it's like
not.
plastic.
You can't even get rare. It's all just brown. Brown.
Yeah, our food show. Welcome to Art City Now, talking food. No, but it is. It's a real deal. These things happen. I've never had a roast beef sandwich like Lion's Choice if you're talking fast food industry.
And you know what I really like about Lion's Choice? They actually give out packets of Miracle Whip. I love Miracle Whip on my
What?
roast beef sandwich. They actually
This is taking a whole different direction.
Well, I mean,
they have Miracle
they
Whip?
have packets of Miracle Whip. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
So Miracle Whip goes on a Lion's Choice roast beef with their seasoning?
Oh yeah. You
Okay.
gotta try it.
Okay, but here's the other thing, and St. Louis talked to me about this. I was here and I never remembered Lion's Choice saying with cheese.
Oh yeah.
And then I was thinking, and then, I'd bounce in and bounce out because I was working in other markets in the broadcasting industry. So I come back, and I'll never forget this. About 10 years ago, people started asking, they're like, with cheese. And I guess, and then there's people in my life who all order with cheese. And I'm like, really?
I used to when I was a kid.
And I'm like, really? Really? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. From the chat line, fond memories. My grandma used to make reasons for me to come over. Greggy, then we'll fix you something in the way you pick up Lion's Choice. Yeah. Try it with their coleslaw on the roast beef sandwich. Yeah, people do whatever they want. Lion's Choice obviously gets a lot of hype. They get a lot of credit. Those things are all over the place.
Yeah,
So
coleslaw on a sandwich is underrated, by the way.
coleslaw?
Coleslaw instead of lettuce. Good stuff. You can on a burger.
Yeah, you know
especially,
what? That's a good point.
Oh man.
Depending upon the coleslaw, but then you get into, is it the creamy or the vinaigrette?
Right. Yeah.
I would want the creamy. I'm not a
yeah.
big vinaigrette guy.
Yeah, me either.
But Lion's Choice being nominated for best sandwich, we were just talking about that. I lost my I had it somewhere here. I lost my headline on it. That kind of stinks, but anyway, just they got so they've been nominated by USA Today's 10 Best Awards. That's what it is. Anyone can go vote in the poll once per day to vote for Lion's Choice as the best regional fast food restaurant. The voting is underway right now. It runs through 11 a.m. on Monday, July 7th. USA Today will announce the winners of the competition on Wednesday, July 16th at 11 a.m. And a very important press conference, of course, we'll bring that to you as well. Yippee-ki-yay, Lion's Choice getting things done. Okay. Other news, headlines, things that are going on. We talk about the fast food from there. Okay. AMC theaters. When you go to a theater, do people still go to movies? I don't even know the last time I went to a movie.
I went, I wasn't single at the time. However, it's been a few months, but I have been in the last 6 months.
Do you remember what you went and saw or where you went?
I do remember it was Ronnie's,
Okay.
off of Gravois, and man, I don't remember what we went to see. I really don't.
That's all right. I can't even remember what I saw the last time I was in a movie theater.
And this was just a few months ago. I still don't remember.
No, I get it. I totally get it. Well, AMC theaters, how long do you think on average commercials are, ads, before movies start? Because now you look at the time a movie begins, and does it really begin at 7:30?
Half hour.
Or is AMC's adding another commercial?
No.
They're adding another spot for ads. And I'm like, really? Is that needed? Is that what we should be doing? Hell, you may finish all your snacks and drinks before the
Right.
movie begins.
That's probably the point.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, but then you may have to go use the restroom. Starting July 1st, AMC Theaters is going to run an additional ad, just one, with an already existing pre-movie commercial and movie trailer episode. That's coming from the Hollywood Reporter. So Bloomberg, this is kind of a big deal. First reported the news saying the new commercial will be a platinum spot. Platinum spot. And here's why. Here's why they say, Projo. With a cut of the sales going to AMC and the National Cinemedia. So it comes as a part of a new deal between the two entities. Hey, how can we make some more money? I mean, you already know movie theaters are expensive. And I was wondering because you can get new movies out on demand pretty easy now, for the most part.
Oh, yeah. I can get it to my phone.
Yeah, so they've been, I mean, they talk about in recent years, AMC has looked to boost ticket sales with initiatives like discount ticket and 20% off matinee prices. I didn't even know that they had it. I mean, that's more of a movies are more Generation X, aren't they? Not Generation Y anymore.
Yeah.
People don't want to go to movies. They don't. I remember asking my kids, and no, don't want to get into that. Don't want to do it. Not that big of a deal. Not for me. But another commercial. Now, sometimes the movies, because a lot of times it's you got the ads, but it's the upcoming movies.
Right. It's
And I
usually
get
previews. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like some of the previews.
Yeah. Previews are okay, but it's, like the commercials are the ones that really get on your nerves.
But the previews, as we all know, the previews make it sound as if when you watch, it's like every movie is Oscar worthy. I mean,
Right.
wow, I got to see that. Wow, that's going to be amazing. Wow. And they don't always deliver. That's for sure. But it is what it is. AMC, get ready, adding another block of commercials, or at least one big. They just don't tell you how long the commercial is going to be. But if you're a business person or a business and you're trying to get some info, maybe Lou Info, baby. LouInfo.com at the movie theaters, your information station network. By the way, good time to tell you this is Art City Now. I'm Vic Faust. The voice of the other person that you hear is Projo. Occasionally you'll see him. We are on YouTube at Art City Now. We also stream on X at Art City right now. Other streaming services will be coming available. We're also on the podcast too. The podcast audio channels, correct? Aren't we?
Yes.
As well.
Yep.
So people can find us there, your usual spots, and you can learn more about the show, the network, everything that's going on. We're just not quite a week and a half in. That is the LouInfo.com, LouInfo.com. The information station is what we are, the information station, live and on demand at LouInfo.com. Here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m., bringing you St. Louis stories, St. Louis headlines, talking with you, and of course, bringing you what we find out throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. If there are stories and ideas that you have, you can jump in on our chat line as well, We have that. You can find that via YouTube. And of course, you can also send us information, archcitynow@gmail.com. We got to take a quick break. I thought we're going to 6:55. Wait a minute. When did we start? Damn.
Yeah, 20:40 and top of the hour.
Wait a minute. We're that late?
Yeah, my bad. Again.
Wait a second. I thought I was yapping like a yappy dog, but wait a minute. Are they telling us we need to take a break?
No, I just realized the time.
All right. Can we try to text with them?
Yeah.
And just make sure how we're handling that? Yeah, we're amateurs. We're sorry for that. We're going over a break. We're used to the podcast network where we just continue to talk for 2 to 3 hours, bringing you all the information that we can. We'll figure that situation out when it comes to our timing. We love it. We love talking with you guys. I don't even know what the movies are out right now. And remember, summer and the start of summer would signify a huge deal where we would need to, the movies, they would wait for summer to come open and then you would find the movies. But so far, times have changed and that's what happens. Okay. Once again, giving you updates as we do. Should be a very nice day throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. 82 is the weather. You can also give us a call. 82 and hazy today is what we're being told. We're just going to have to. Oh, yeah. So what's the update, buddy?
They said we'll have to go right back to break in a few minutes anyway, because we got a hard out at 6:59:50.
Oh, so we can continue on to 6:59:50.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
And then we'll do the breaks after that. Yeah, we'll be better. We'll feel shame. We just got sent to the penalty box. We're going to have to take a 3-minute, I guess, sit out for what we did from that standpoint.
Right.
Just rocking and rolling, just running right through the yellow tape. There we go. Holy moly. How did we do that? Okay. Yeah, I was going to say I was going through all my damn stories. I was like, wait a second. It's not even 7 o'clock. I'm out. We shot all of our, yeah. We did it. By the way, if you want to give us a call and join the show, you can do that as well. 855-282-8255. We may need you with all of our content in the next hour. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. Also, if you want to join our show live, you can do that too. We have a link. We'll send that to you as well. Greg talking about the only drive-in in the area, Skyway in Belleville. Yeah, I grew up there. You know, you're giving me an opportunity to talk about Belleville. I used to go to there all the time during high school. Absolutely loved it. There are people who still go to the drive-in and try to make that a night out. You know, they still have some movies, things like that where you can try to have some fun.
I haven't been since I was a kid, and I don't remember the draw other than the swing set right in front of the
That was a draw for you?
Yeah, because I was a kid. So I haven't experienced the drive-in as an adult, and I would imagine that's a different experience, especially if you're on a date.
Yeah, I guess so. It just changed everything. I mean, things change in life, and technology changes things, and it's so easy to sit and look at our phones. You want to try to get kids out, and get them out. Not just kids, but us too. It's so easy. Everything has been made where you can just sit home. Sit home. But there's a lot of people who just like to sit home.
Right.
They don't want to get out in the
Especially
St. Louis
nowadays.
area. Hey, I just want to sit home. I want to be comfortable here. I don't need to drive anywhere. I'm going to do everything I possibly can. And then we'll do that. Hey, by the way, I wanted to make sure what is our hard out since we blew through?
6:59:50.
Okay, 6:59:50. From the chat line, maybe we'll do the local commercials. Imagine Vic on big screen for Arch City Now commercial. That would be fantastic. Watch us. And by the way, if you have any advertising needs, if you have ideas yourself, other businesses, family members, friends looking to do anything, contact us. archcitynow@gmail.com. archcitynow@gmail.com. We will take care of the things that we can for you with whatever we can. That we can tailor a package that makes sense. We're also coming out and meeting a lot of people. Last time I was at Skyway, Planet of the Apes with Marky Mark as the lead was the movie on. Not a bad movie. I watched the original Planet of the Apes about a month and a half ago. Very interesting. Charlton Heston.
What made you watch that?
I was forced to watch it because my friend should have been born in the 50s, not the 70s.
Right. Why do you say
And-
that?
And he's like, all the old movies are better.
What? Oh, okay.
So I go over to his house and he's like, I want to watch Planet of the Apes. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I had my favorite drink with me to get through it. I did. But once it started, and the cinematography is terrible, but it shows you how far we've gone. But it's like, okay, I can deal with this. They were just basic movies.
It just goes to show with enough drink or enough weed, any movie will,
Oh yeah. Anything in general. You can get through anything in life. There you go. Hey, also coming up today after us from 8 to 10 o'clock, it's Hot Take Central 2.0. Once again, Hot Take Central 2.0 with Jim Hayes and Cam Jansen. They're bringing you the latest when it comes to everything happening around the St. Louis metropolitan area, just like sports, comedy, good time, same thing that we do. You just get a couple new voices. That's what we try to do. We're always looking for story ideas too. And that's why we reach out to you guys to jump into the chat line. Like, subscribe, share the show, let people know what we're doing here. We're just started. We're getting out of the gate. And we appreciate any help, ideas. This show is about you guys, the story in your town. What are people talking about throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area? Also, tomorrow at 7:40, we're going to talk with comedian Kelly Mano, friend of the show. Kelly is out kicking butt, taking names. She sold out the factory.
Wait. We're calling her comedian now? That's her title?
What do we call her?
Well, I thought she was influencer before.
Yeah,
now
she's probably
comedian.
Well, she's influencer, but if you sell out the factory as part of a comedy show, what would you call her?
I would say it's a comedy show. It's a comedian, for sure.
Okay.
But my point is, who called her a comedian before she was a comedian?
You did.
Exactly.
You told Kelly Mano years ago or a year and a half ago,
Mm-hmm.
you should be there, that this should be happening. But anyway, she'll be joining us at 7:40 tomorrow to talk about all the fun things that are going on in her life. I want to find out what band she's promoting again. We've talked about that before. Kiss and Bon Jovi and Backstreet Boys, or was it New Kids on the Block?
New Kids on the Block. There was Ice Ice Baby. What's his name?
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla
That's
Ice,
right.
yeah,
She
yeah.
did that too. Anyway, things have really blown up for her in the last year or so. After she was on our previous podcast, she would come in. Projo would produce her podcast. We'll talk about that. But Kelly's on tomorrow at 7:40 as well. If there's other guests that you guys want to talk about, let us know if you want to hear from. We'll do our best to talk about those things that are going on, because there's lots of information, lots of things that are happening. From the chat line, Boone says, it's weird. On YouTube, I hear you just fine, but using Apple Music, you're barely coming through. So barely coming through on Apple Music? I don't know.
I guess so, yeah.
No, I appreciate you letting us know that. And of course, we'll do our best to make that as good as we possibly can. It's weird. On YouTube, I hear you just fine. So you can hear us, but using Apple Music, you're barely coming through. So using the podcast.
Through audio only.
Yeah.
Apparently it's low.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll try.
I'll
the
message
powers that be are taking a look at that, and we'll see what they can get done there. This is Art City Now with Vic Faust, Projo in the house. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll set the stage for the headlines for this Tuesday, June 10th. We are grateful that you're with us. We got a couple other stories to get into as well. This is all about St. Louis, guys. We'll be right back after this.
The Lou Information Station, 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
USA Radio News. I'm John Summers. Elon Musk backing President Trump's stance on immigration issues in California. The tech billionaire shared a screenshot of a Truth Social post from Trump, who slammed Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom and Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass for their handling of protests against recent federal immigration raids. Musk also shared a post from Vice President Vance. The repost come just days after Elon Musk clashed with the president on social media over the big, beautiful bill. The Los Angeles Police Department announced last night the city was going on tactical alert, meaning officers can be kept on past their shift in time and transferred between divisions. Meanwhile, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi says a person who allegedly threw rocks at federal law enforcement vehicles in Los Angeles has been identified.
Federal officer was injured by thrown rocks Saturday during protests in Paramount, California.
And they are doing a search warrant on his house as we speak.
On Fox News, Bondi said the suspect can run, but he can't hide. Bondi says federal law enforcement has the authority to go after looters and others committing crimes under the Hobbs Act. I'm Mark Mayfield.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams and NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch addressed New York City Monday evening following large protests both in the city and elsewhere around the nation.
Mayor Adams says what's happening in Los Angeles will not happen in New York.
The escalation of protests in Los Angeles over the last couple of days is unacceptable and would not be tolerated if attempted in our city.
Commissioner Tisch goes on to say that while they encourage peaceful protests, the NYPD is fully prepared to act and maintain public order if protesters become violent or attempt to block public spaces. Their comments came just hours after 24 protesters were arrested after occupying Trump Tower in Midtown. Jonathan O'Halloran, New York.
From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE 40. 855-SHARE-40.
New Jersey's leading a multi-state.
Get ready, St. Louis. The Cubs are coming to town June 23rd through the 26th. The Cardinals host baseball's best rivalry at Busch Stadium in a series that always delivers. The Chicago STL rivalry is legendary, and the energy in the ballpark will be electric. It's the perfect way to spend a summer day or night at the ballpark with passionate fans and nonstop action. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/tickets.
Hey, this is Sonny Gray, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Catch a Cardinals game on your next date night or friends night out. Whether it's love in the stands or laughter with your crew, nothing beats ballpark vibes under the lights. Cold drinks, great eats, and Cardinals baseball. Check out Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium and enjoy happy hour price food and drinks all game long. Every Friday home game. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com and make memories that go beyond the scoreboard. Busch Stadium, where great nights begin.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back into the show. It is 7:05. It is June 10th. It is a sunny St. Louis morning. Glad you're with us. Temperatures as we look at some of the, 82 and hazy today is what we're being told, but at least it's dry. Glad you're with us. Not too bad. Pretty comfortable. Like, subscribe, share the show. Glad you guys are with us today. with some of the stories that we have going on. We're trying to do everything we can to connect you with St. Louis and connect other people. You can stream us right now on YouTube at Arch City Now. You can also stream us on X at Arch City Now. You can jump in and join the chat from there as well. We're grateful when you guys do that. We are the Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand streaming at luinfo.com as well. That is luinfo.com. We just want you guys to be a part of the show. This show is about you guys, everything that's happening throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. Keep us going, keep us rocking. You guys jump in. Let us know what you want to talk about. What's happening in your neck of the woods? What are people talking about in St. Louis? And of course, we're getting those updates, those headlines out to you as much as we can. We do everything. We do everything. And of course, you can also hear us on that radio signal as well, as you know, at 590. All right, St. Louis Cardinals blew it again last night. What's going on with Ryan Helsley, our closer? Has been one of the best closers in the game, but this year it has been a rough start. Cardinals dropping games that they should not. Yet another, I think that's 3 now, 3 games that they have blown just on this trip. They should not be doing this. They lose last night, final score 5-4. They had a lead. They blew it in the 9th and then lost it in the 10th, could not come back. So Cardinals are just 4-6 in their last 10 games. They lost to the Blue Jays last night. They really love to see them take the next 2 games. These are games they should be winning. Cubs lost again, so that's good news. Cardinals only 4 games out of first place, but only 6 games over 500. So let's get them back up there. Let's see if they can do what they need to do. I know this has been a long homestand. It's been 7 straight games, but they got 2 more games they need to take care of before they get a day off. Hockey last night. The Florida Panthers at home just destroyed the Edmonton Oilers. Final score there, 6-1. Panthers now have a 2-1 lead in that series. They look dominant. They look like the best team in the NHL. They have played more games the last 3 years than any other NHL team in the history of the game because they're in their 3rd straight Stanley Cup finals, and they don't show any signs of slowing. They don't look like an old team. They look like a very experienced team, a tough team, a team that knows how to get under the skin of the other team as well. They're just looking fantastic. Speaking of hockey, former St. Louis Blue, TJ Oshie announced his retirement yesterday. A big-time fan favorite in St. Louis as well. And he announced his retirement yesterday in D.C. in the Georgetown area and gave a lot of credit to the Blues for drafting him as they did. TJ Oshie didn't even play this last year. Nagging back injury. Those things can happen. That'll eliminate things real fast for you. I remember he scored the 4 shootout goals, of course, for the United States, going all the way back to the 2014 Olympics in Russia. He had a terrific game. Obviously, helped the Washington Capitals win the Stanley Cup in 2018. So he's retiring. He had 16 really good seasons in the NHL. So after not being able to play this year, he's like, yeah, I'm done. Literally played 1,116 regular season and playoff games with the Blues and the Capitals. Made his debut back in 2008. So pretty good run, 336 goals, 428 assists, 764 points. So including he had 29 goals during Washington's Cup run. You get to raise that cup. You've done a lot for yourself. So congratulations to TJ Oshie and a really nice career. Also continuing from the sports theme and things going on around the St. Louis area. If you haven't got your tickets yet, check out the Bommarito Automotive Group 500. That is this weekend, this Saturday, Sunday. There are tickets available at Worldwide Technology Raceway. If you haven't had a chance to check out the weekend, it really is a family-friendly event. It's also something that is a bright spot for the St. Louis metropolitan area, something that brings in people. It brings in money, and there's really nothing to complain about it. 100% outstanding how they get things done there. Curtis and crew, the Bommarito Automotive Group, do it as well as anybody. Check it out. People who come in, fans who come in, really rave at the job that the group has done. They also have a weird track, and I say weird, it's different. So it forces drivers to really, really, really think, no pun intended, they can't just get in cruise control as they're racing. They really have to make a lot of in-race decisions on how they're handling things. So the Bommarito Automotive Group coming up this Friday. We talked about this story earlier. We had him. He was a friend of our old show, Ric Flair. Prayers and thoughts for him. 76 years old, now been diagnosed with skin cancer for the second time in 3 years. And he's battled a lot over the years. That's for sure. He has certainly battled a lot. He's become very endearing, not only across the world and in our country, but in the St. Louis metropolitan area as well. We've talked about that because of coming in and hanging out a lot of St. Louis places because of doing the Car Shield commercials. Car Shield bringing them in, flying them in to do commercials. And this was an interview published by People on Friday. He's set, or at least he told the magazine he's set to begin chemo next week. So he's going to start to begin treatment. He's had a variety of health issues over the past years. Yeah, that was the interesting one. He was hospitalized for over a month in 2017 due to complications from a surgery to correct a bowel obstruction. Yeah. Of course, he's a Hall of Famer. He suffered a heart attack when he appeared in the ring for the final time back in 2022. I mean, he's talked about it too. I mean, he's talked about alcohol addiction and resulted in issues that he's tried to get himself back on track from that standpoint. But never been anybody like him. There never will be anyone like him as well. So thoughts and prayers to the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. We certainly love the interview that we did with him in the past. So we'll continue to follow him and see what's happening with him from a standpoint of his health and as he tries to move on. Also, we haven't gotten to this story, and maybe we'll wait a little bit later to do that. But some of the other headlines that we're talking about, you can also give us a call if you want, by the way. 855-282-8255. Once again, that is 855-282-8255. If there's a story, let us know. This show is about you guys. What's happening in St. Louis? What are people talking about? Greg says he remembers him from the Chase, wrestling at the Chase. For a lot of us older people that remember that growing up, wrestling at the Chase was a big deal. A lot of people like to watch that. Of course, Ric Flair. Nice picture, Projo. Let me get behind him. He looks, Ricky, there we go. Rick looks better than me. I'll hide behind Rick in that gorgeous robe. Woo! This is Arch City Now. You're listening to Arch City Now. Woo! My best Ric Flair. Yeah, we love him. Yeah, so anyway, that's what's happening in our neck of the woods. Not sure what you guys are doing today. Okay, Projo in the house as well. If you want to join us via video, you can do that. Let us know in the chat line. We'll send you a link. You can watch us at YouTube, Arch City Now. We're streaming on X as well, Arch City Now. And of course, learn everything about this network, luinfo.com. Once again, luinfo.com. Coming up at 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, you've got Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen and Jim Hayes, bringing you everything from the St. Louis metropolitan area as well. Okay. Somehow, some way, people are still stealing copper. I don't know. Dude, there's a dude in Wentzville charged with $5,300 copper wire theft in Wentzville. So, yeah, he's going to appear in St. Charles County this week. I had no idea people were still stealing copper, but apparently they are. The Wentzville Police Department said that the theft occurred June 3rd along the railroad tracks around Main Street and Hilltop. So, very, very interesting. The dude he had wire cutters and bolt cutters in his possession, as well as a backpack containing freshly cut portions of copper wire. Is it really worth that much?
Well, and he was taking it from the railroad tracks?
I guess so. Police searched the railroad property and they discovered that freshly cut wires attached to a plastic utility box were cut. I mean, damn. I know times can be tough, but to go steal copper, obviously the wire was damaged beyond repair. So it's about $5,300 to replace.
Well, and what was the functioning for that? I mean, was it to a stoplight for a train? I mean, That's some genius stuff that guy did.
Yeah. Other headlines, news making headlines. The president, Donald Trump, has approved the disaster declarations for the March 14th, 15th tornadoes in the Missouri area. Details are still unfolding, but the city estimates that nearly 10,000 buildings were damaged. I mean, $9 million in state funding has already been secured for urgent demolitions, but that's insane. I mean, it's absolutely insane. St. Louis Mayor Kara Spencer said that, quote, we're guessing about $2 billion at this point. $2 billion. But it's really hard to say. We just haven't had the manpower to fully assess the damage. So there's damage to the public infrastructure. There's obviously just a huge toll on personal homes and their businesses, of course, the human toll, the trauma that we've experienced, the trauma that our community has experienced, that are still experiencing. So more money on the way to help people out when it comes to that from our news headlines this morning. But people are still dealing with things. We told you about an event next week, Del Mar, next Tuesday night at Steve's Hot Dogs. It's a relief concert for people trying to raise money, just provide a little bit of, I don't know, just something, some sort of positive so that people can start to feel a little bit better about themselves, because that stuff will wear on you.
Yeah, this event actually builds back the businesses that got affected on Del Mar. So this fundraiser is for to build back the businesses that got damaged.
Oh, and Del Mar's really bad too, though.
Right. There was a lot that was affected. That's why they're putting together this fundraiser. Sure.
It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, where did that go? Shoot, I lost one of my polling situations. So that's coming in. We were just talking about this in the last break as well. AMC's adding another commercial to the previews before movies. So you got a little bit more time. If a movie starts at 7:30, what time does it really start? I have no idea.
A half hour later.
Does it really? Is it really that much now? A half hour later?
I'm pretty sure it feels like a half hour. You're watching previews and commercials for quite a while. It's definitely a lot longer. And hey, everybody, we're adding one more commercial.
So give us a call. You can jump in as well when it comes to Arch City Now. What are you laughing about? Oh, is it a comment?
No, your hard transition.
Oh, hard transition. You can watch. Yeah, we're streaming on X and YouTube right now. Appreciate it, guys. Oh, I was pissed off because I lost one of our great our great stories that we had here. There is something too that we've promoted and we'll continue to promote before we take our next break. Check out Fairmount Park. They've got their casino and racing event, or it's what they're trying to do over there. You know, that's a racino. You know, you've got your gambling, you've got your food now, you've got a good time. They've opened up a new restaurant. It's called Long Shots. Long Shots. So officials say it's going to be a country western barbecue restaurant, made from scratch menu, served with views of the horse track and the winner's circle. It's kind of nice. I mean, it sounds nice. It opened at the end of last week. If you're looking for a job, they're still looking to hire a bunch of people from there as well. They've got, small bites, cracker crust pizza, sandwiches, burgers, signature smoked meats prepared daily in a smoker that they say can handle more than 500 pounds at a time. So they've got the food, they've got the good times. They're still looking to hire bartenders, hosts, cooks, runners. If you're looking for more information on what Fairmount Park Casino and Racing has, the St. Louis Business Journal has a full story that you can go check out as well to make sure that you're getting all the information that you need. Good for them. Also, I don't know where people shop in the St. Louis area, but Costco is bringing back a key perk for shoppers. If you head over to Costco here, higher priced membership tier. Gee, that sounds funny. Let me pay more. No, but from June 30th, executive members are set to be able to shop an hour earlier than Gold Star members. So if you're heading over to Costco, you can get in before other people. Is that a big deal? Is that a big deal? By the way, slightly less than half of the Costco members pay for the executive tier. but they represent 73% of sales. Let me repeat that for you. Less than half of the Costco customers pay for that executive tier, but they're the ones that represent 73% of the sales. So those are the people going in buying massive amounts, bulk of whatever they are. So this is their opportunity. Okay, you're going to buy bulk. We'll let you come in an hour earlier, take care of the business that you need to take care of.
That way there's less for the people who come in later.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Unless they're already, they've got enough in the back. It isn't. So if you're in St. Louis, you're headed to Costco. I mean, that starts June 30th. So if you want to get in earlier, pay for the executive tier. You can go in and buy whatever you want. That is a massive stat. 73% of Costco sales are by their executive members.
It makes me wonder are there companies buying bulk from Costco going like
what is being bought?
Right.
I don't know. That's very, 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 very interesting. By the way, Boone says, good morning, guys. I currently live in Orlando, so I appreciate the work you guys do. Keep me informed about what's in St. Louis. Are there currently any issues with ICE or newsworthy topics about it? Not in the St. Louis area.
Yeah, nothing.
We don't get into the political side of things, but if
Right.
it starts to happen in St. Louis, then maybe it becomes a topic, but nothing being done by local news, nothing. I mean, here's the thing. Everything would pale in comparison to what you see in LA right now. It is what it is, but we'll continue to follow that. Thanks, Boone. We do try to bring as many of the updates as we possibly can to you guys. So we got to take a quick break. We did it again. Sorry, guys. Back with more Arch City Now after this.
Unfiltered conversations, real people, real stories, real impact. Tune in each Tuesday morning at 10 for Elevate and Lead, hosted by Grit founder Jennifer Bardo with Michael and Kelly Chandler.
Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill has a new menu. Don't freak out. Hot Shots favorites are still there, like their famous wings, tacos, burgers, and pizzas. Plus, sure to be new faves like Big Philly egg rolls, the Bold and Hearty Slugger sandwich, the Buffalo chicken pizza, and 2 new wing sauces, Carolina Gold and Bourbon Glaze. And making a comeback, it's the return of Hot Shots' legendary waffle fries. So now there's even more to love at Hot Shots. Come try out the new menu at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Find the location nearest you at hotshotsnet.com.
Running out of space? Turn any room into a guest room in seconds with a custom Murphy bed from St. Louis Closet Company. Our sleek, space-saving Murphy beds fold up seamlessly, giving you more room for life and style. Pair it with custom closets, desks, or shelving for the ultimate multi-use space. Call 314-781-9000 or visit stlouisclosetco.com to schedule your free in-home consultation today.
If you've been thinking about improving your smile, now's the perfect time. Hi, I'm Dr. Otto from Otto Orthodontics. We offer free consultations, the newest techniques, and treatment that's faster, more comfortable, and tailored just for you. Whether it's Invisalign, braces, whitening, or even Botox. We're Missouri's #1 Invisalign provider with 5 convenient locations. And here's something special. Mention this ad when you call to schedule your free consult, and you'll get $1,000 off your treatment. Visit OttoOrtho.com to book your free consult today.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rate you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. That's 800-298-0306.
Listen up, fellow timeshare owners. If you're a timeshare owner and you want out at all costs, you're done, frustrated, tired of wasting money, you don't use the darn thing. Get out now. Hire the best Bulldog timeshare cancellation team in the business. Their in-house legal team, headed by a timeshare cancellation lawyer, can help you fight the biggest and baddest companies out there that sell timeshare. At some point, you were using your timeshare, but now you're not, and you're tired of wasting money. Before you go to the poorhouse, call right now and learn how you can stop the maintenance fees and put more money back in your pocket. Their services cost you a lot less than you think, and you'll save a lot of money over time. Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline now. It's a free consultation.
800-824-5131. 800-824-5131. 800-824-5131. That's 800-824-5131.
The Lou Information Station content can be found online at louinfo.com, on our Lou Info YouTube page, and you can find all our local shows on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search by name or find all the links at louinfo.com. Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back in to our show. Vic Faust here, Projo in the house as well. It is Tuesday. It is June 10th. We are grateful that you're with us as always. Help us get going as we help you get going. 7:27 is our time. We still have a bunch of stories to get to. You know what we do. We do the headlines. We do possible story ideas that are happening in St. Louis, what people in St. Louis may be talking about, whatever it is, the good, the bad, the ugly. We talked about the Cardinals already today. That was part of the bad, losing last night. The good, the Bommarito 500 coming up this weekend. How about this? We talk about different ideas. And of course, there's polling. U.S. News and World Report. They like to do a lot of polls. It's how they stay active. That's how they stay relevant. They did a poll situation here. They ranked the top cities to live in when it came to Missouri. This was pretty interesting. When it comes to Missouri, one county had 3 cities in the national top 40. You know what county that is, right, Projo?
Oh, yeah, St. Charles County. And I can probably guess which 3 cities.
Well, hold on a second. Do you live in St. Charles County?
I grew up in St. Charles County.
Okay.
I live in Lincoln now.
Okay. So it's basically right there. So Wright City's part of Lincoln. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I do believe.
All right. The top ranked city. Do you want to? Okay, we'll do the polling here. You tell me. Okay. What do you think? Well, hold on a second here. Should I go from bottom up or should I start at number 1?
Go bottom up. Say best for last.
Okay, you'll see that. Number 1, the top ranked city in the state of Missouri. Number 15, St. Louis. Okay. Number 14, Independence, near Kansas City. 13, Springfield. 12, Kansas City. I'm sorry, St. Joseph made it on the list at 11. I lived in St. Joseph for 2 years. My first broadcasting job, KQ2 News, St. Joseph. I spent 2 years of my life in St. Joseph. There are some very good people there. That's what I'll say about St. Joseph.
Isn't that a community or like outside of Kansas City?
Well, about 45 minutes north.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right on the border of Kansas, Missouri, up near Iowa. It's just, they're saying it's better to live in St. Joseph than Kansas City, Springfield, Independence, and St. Louis.
Interesting.
To each their own. I'm just telling you, I'd rather live in all 4 of those and twice on Sunday, every day of the week, than St. Joseph. Making the top 10, Cape Girardeau, Missouri at number 10. Joplin comes in at number 9. Oh, no. One of our listeners is going to be very excited. Number 8, Florissant. He's going to go crazy. They do have Old Town Donut in Florissant. We know that from yesterday. Number 7, Jefferson City, the state capital of Missouri. Blue Springs checking in at number 6. I like myself some Blue Springs. Columbia, number 5. This is the nitty gritty. There's some really good towns there, and for a variety of reasons. We haven't hit any of the St. Louis area county towns. They're all 3 in St. Charles.
Yeah.
You were right. They're all 3 in St. Charles. Number 5, Columbia. So number 4, Lee Summit. Lee Summit is a beautiful place in the Kansas City, Missouri area. Number 3, St. Charles City.
Okay.
Number 3. Number 2, St. Peter's.
Ooh.
Oh, you didn't expect that.
No.
So now you're confused. You don't know what number 1 is. And by the way, before we say number 1,
it's one of 2.
When it comes to Missouri, one county had 3 cities in the national top 40. This, of course, we got to give you the U.S. News and World Report criteria. It's comparing cities based on value, desirability, job market, and quality of life. Once again, value, desirability, job market, and quality of life. And do you want to take a stab at the city that's number 1? So I'll bring it back. Number 15, St. Louis, 14, Independence, 13, Springfield, 12, Kansas City, 11, St. Joseph, number 10, Cape Girardeau, number 9, Joplin, number 8, Florissant, 7 is Jefferson City, number 6, Blue Springs, 5, Columbia, number 4, Lee Summit, 3, St. Charles, 2, St. Peter's, and we asked the St. Charles County native, number 1, what is the number 1 city to live in according to U.S. News and World Report?
So the logical would be O'Fallon, but I'm going to say Wentzville because it's blowing up even more now.
Okay. Next time, listen to your logic. Number 1.
I grew up in O'Fallon.
Yeah, number 1 is O'Fallon.
Nice.
Number 1 is O'Fallon coming in. By the way, in Illinois, no Illinois cities made the national top 40. Okay, I think we already knew that, unfortunately. That's some funny stuff right there. Yeah, I found the polling interesting. You know, polls are polls. They'll be what they be. But those 3 cities checking in St. Louis. This is Arch City Now. Vic Faust here. The other voice is Projo, our producer. You can watch us on YouTube at Arch City Now. You can stream us on X at Arch City Now as well. And of course, you can stream us all the time at luinfo.com. We are the information station. We're live and on demand at luinfo.com. Once again, luinfo.com. If you ever want to join the show, you can do that. You can give us a call. The phone number is 855-282-8255. Once again, 855-282-8255. You can also join our show live if you want a video link. Just let us know on the chat line. We'll send that to you. We'll start to put that out there as well. And you can come in and join the show. We would absolutely love that. Pay extra at Costco to get in early for a gallon of ranch dressing. Nah, that coming from the chat line from our story. By the way, if you're a Costco shopper, you can get the executive membership now. That's over the gold membership. And you get in an hour earlier somehow, some way. I don't know how that's happening, but 73% of their sales are coming from the gold member people, gold member memberships. Wow.
Crazy.
Hey, by the way, Greg says Steve Ewing is playing the main stage at Celebrate St. Louis, formerly Fair St. Louis. Now, you know Steve Ewing, right?
I do.
Yeah. Can you give us a little backdrop on Steve Ewing, your relationship, to remind people who Steve Ewing is?
I do a little work for his little St. Louis band, The Urge. I work for their management. I do some graphic design and stuff for him. He'll actually be on the show here in a couple of weeks.
What day is that?
I think it was the 27th. It's on a Friday. It's not this Friday, not next Friday,
It would be,
but the following Friday.
No, I'm glad you set that up too. I mean, he's been around St. Louis for a long time, right? But he has some other things too, right? Because you were talking about dogs and rescues.
He owns Steve's Dogs. He, I believe he's got a few other restaurants or one other restaurant that I know of. I'm not sure about the rest. He's got so much going on. He has a couple other businesses as well.
How'd you meet him?
I met him through his management. Which I met through Scott Gherkin.
Okay, Scotty Gherkin. Shout out to him as well. This is, let's see, we're Arch City Now. Steve Ewing's there, so we're promoting that, letting people know what's happening in their neck of the woods there. Okay. the major disaster relief money coming into St. Louis. By the way, if people are still looking for help, there's all kinds of help out there. Literally Google St. Louis tornado help and you will find several locations that will help people from that standpoint. Another big story, not a big story, but a talk about headline. Your favorite fast food restaurants throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. And it got me thinking because Lion's Choice has been nominated as one of the best regional fast food restaurants, locations in America, right? Lion's Choice. If you're from the same, I don't know. I'm sure there's people who don't like Lion's Choice, but I can honestly tell you, I've never met anybody who doesn't like Lion's Choice.
If you don't like the Lion's Choice, you're probably a vegan.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah. I mean, let me rephrase. I've never met anybody that's a meat lover or meat eater that does not like Lion's Choice.
Right.
I would love to meet somebody and see who they like, or if there's another place that they like.
Yeah, and what is
better
it
than that.
about good roast beef they don't like?
People can vote for Lion's Choice to get their national spotlight through the USA Today 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. Once again, that's through USA Today's 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. The panel nominated 20 regional restaurant chains around the United States for recognition. Their roast beef sandwiches are great. I love their fries. I mean, their frozen custard's amazing. They've done it well, and they've decided not to branch out. They have it in the St. Louis metropolitan area, and then a few locations in Kansas City, and that's it.
And
That is it.
And if anybody's listening from Lion's Choice, you need to make a deli-style roast beef sandwich.
Okay,
Something
what-
with lettuce, tomato, all the good shit, all the good stuff.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I think that they should
That's so.
yeah.
That's what. But so you don't think lettuce and tomato mess the sandwich up?
No, I mean maybe for a hot roast beef sandwich. However, they need to do cold cuts. They need to do a cold cut sandwich.
A cold cut with cold roast beef?
Yeah, that's what you get at Jimmy John's. They don't warm the roast beef up. It's cold cut.
But that's a different type of roast beef, isn't it?
No, it's the same.
It seems
stuff.
like it's a different type of roast
No,
beef
it's
to
the
me.
Same stuff, different temperature.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm. Hey, to each their own. You're the culinary expert. I'm not.
I really think they're dropping the ball if they don't do some sort of a deli sandwich.
I just didn't know if there's another regional place that should be on the list besides Lion's Choice. If there's other, locations around. Now, it's not different. I mean, everybody has some of their favorite places to go to, not just when it comes to Lion's Choice. Lion's Choice is a regional fast food chain. I mean, they have several locations. We get that. But it got me thinking about places throughout St. Louis to give shout outs to when it comes to favorite places to eat, favorite places to go. And I know that we'll have shows, Joe Fresta does that later on in the shows, but things that people like, where they go. For example, one of my favorite places that I've ever gone to, and they have turkey chili, and it's absolutely amazing, is Sportsman's Park in the Ladue area, right off Clayton Road.
I like a good turkey chili.
Oh, Joe, you've never been to Sportsman, have you?
I haven't.
Oh, we're going to have to do that sometime.
All right.
Absolutely. They're known for their chili. It is absolutely amazing. And then of course there's little places like that, little nooks and crannies all over the St. Louis metropolitan area where people may like to go, where they have a certain type of food where they go to get it.
If there's one thing St. Louis has, it's a lot of little golden gems.
I agree.
When
We
it
really
comes to
do.
restaurants.
Yeah, it's it became a food show. We were talking about
Right.
Lion's Choice. Very, very good. You guys can stay with us here. It is Arch City Now. We're on YouTube. You can watch us at Arch City Now on YouTube. You can watch us at Arch City Now on X. We are the Lou Information Station, live and on demand at louinfo.com. Check that out as well. We go till 8 o'clock every day. We'll be back with more of the show right after this, including wrapping up some of the topics that we had from today and anything else that you guys want to talk about.
Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes. Weekday mornings from 8 to 10, only on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Get ready, St. Louis. The Cubs are coming to town. June 23rd through the 26th. The Cardinals host baseball's best rivalry at Busch Stadium in a series that always delivers. The Chicago STL rivalry is legendary, and the energy in the ballpark will be electric. It's the perfect way to spend a summer day or night at the ballpark with passionate fans and nonstop action. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/tickets.
Hey, this is Sonny Gray, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Catch a Cardinals game on your next date night or friends night out. Whether it's love in the stands or laughter with your crew, nothing beats ballpark vibes under the lights. Cold drinks, great eats, and Cardinals baseball. Check out Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium and enjoy happy hour price food and drinks all game long. Every Friday home game. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com and make memories that go beyond the scoreboard. Busch Stadium, where great nights begin.
Join your fellow St. Louis City SC fans at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. All St. Louis area Hot Shots locations are proud to be a part of City on Tap, presented by Michelob Ultra, the official network bringing St. Louis City fans and ice-cold beer together. Catch every exciting moment of the 2025 MLS season at Hot Shots. Since 1990, Hot Shots has championed St. Louis sports, and they're thrilled to keep the tradition alive for St. Louis City SC. Find the Hot Shots near you at hotshotsnet.com.
Looking to get organized and support local? At St. Louis Closet Company, we've been designing custom closets and storage solutions right here in St. Louis for over 30 years. From walk-in closets to home offices and even pantries, we create personalized, organized spaces that fit your lifestyle and your space. Built locally and installed professionally. Call 314-781-9000 for your free estimate or visit stlouisclosetco.com today.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
The Lou Information Station. Yeah, we're a talk station, but not your daddy or granddaddy or great-granddaddy's talk station. We're the new kids on the block.
You got the right stuff, baby.
No, not those new kids, just regular new kids. Anyway, the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 online at louinfo.com. And we actually know what all of that means. Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is Arch City Now. Vic Faust here. Pro Joe, the voice that you hear behind the scenes. We are here 6 to 8 every day, live and in person. You can watch us on YouTube, Arch City Now, and X, Arch City Now, and of course, 590, where you may be listening from the radio side as well. Don't forget to check out louinfo.com. louinfo.com, that is the website on everything that's happening all around this network and all the shows. As we are a week and a half into this massive project, putting St. Louis first, talking about you, your stories, your headlines, only St. Louis. This is about St. Louis. We invite you into the YouTube channel as well to talk with us as we get your comments onto the air as well. We are grateful for that. When it comes to this wonderful Tuesday, it is June 10th at 7:44. The sun is shining. It is a nice, comfortable, sunny summer day throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. If there's anything that's going on in your neck of the woods, a topic we haven't covered or something we should, please let us know. You can jump in on that chat line. You can also give us a phone call, 855-282-8255, 855-282-8255. You can also join us via video link. We will put that link in there for you as well. Coming up tomorrow at 7:40 at this time, We'll be talking live with Kelly Mano, St. Louis influencer. She sold out the factory 2 Sundays ago. She's made quite the name for herself. As she says, I'm just a single hockey, hardworking mom, just out there doing what I can do. Projo told her a long time ago she should be a comedian. She did it, and what do you know? Things are taking off for her. We'll talk to her about what's happening in St. Louis, what's happening around the country, what stars she's promoting now as she promotes their concerts as well.
I just want to clear some things up.
What's that?
It's not like I told her to be a comedian, then she went and became
Okay,
a comedian.
Joe. Okay, Joe.
It was an observation, and then I guess comedian just kind of landed on her lap, to be honest with you. I'm just glad that I was right.
No, you are right. And
Yeah.
you were right. A lot of times if you're good at it, just happens.
Right.
You know, they always say if you're good enough, they'll find you.
Right.
Eventually. Sometimes it's longer for some people when that kind of thing happens, but that is what's happening. So Kelly will be joining us tomorrow at 7:40. There was something that happened here. L.A. Davis was huge. He was very popular out there in St. Louis area. Fox 2 worked with him there. He came back out of retirement because he always did these stories about homes sinking in St. Charles. I don't know if people saw this, but it was a big story. Literally, the foundation just started sinking, and it was not their fault. Not their fault. I mean, homes were just going, cracks were happening. There wasn't anything they could do. These homes, the cracks just started to cause all kinds of problems. Neighbors got involved. They got their HOA board involved, and nothing was working. Elliot got involved in it. But now what they're doing is they're actually the county is helping these people. They're paying the money and getting money from the funds. The county said Monday, St. Charles County, that the fix was only possible because of state involvement as well as additional funds. Because at first, county leaders called it private property, and they said it was a private property issue before they acknowledged that the county could have enforced better stormwater mitigation measures when the subdivision was first built back in the 70s. Literally, people's homes were sinking, and there was nothing that they could do about it. Well, now stabilization work is underway, and those funds came, so people did not have to deal with that in the St. Louis area. It's another talk about story. Here's what you do. You do what you can do. You try to make a loud enough voice, and you continue to do it. Be persistent, be polite, be persistent, be polite.
Better late than never.
Yeah, better late than never. Absolutely. Because it's not always easy to make these things happen and to pay all the money. So, it's I'm just glad that the situation was taken care of. Quote, we want to thank Missouri legislature for making the one-time money available for work on the problem at Heritage Landing. Once again, at Heritage Landing. That's where the homes were literally sliding down a hill. Because the St. Charles County budget doesn't allow for money for stormwater issues on private property. But they were able to get this taken care of. So the credit for the project goes to 2 local politicians. That was former state representative Phil Cristofanelli. He got the money in the state budget, and former St. Charles County Councilman John White, who convinced the council to use some of their federal ARPA money. So another story that just came out.
Did anybody find out why everything's sinking in that area?
Because of it was the storm mitigation from the 70s. They could have done better when they built that.
Gotcha.
And they're like, okay, maybe we need to take care of this. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, this is not a good thing. So I'm glad that was a happy ending to that story, because if you're a homeowner where that's happening, the last thing you want to deal with is freaking your home cracking, your home falling apart, and it's not your fault. There's already enough things to deal with when it comes to the freaking weather and everything else that's going on. So, and just natural causes and everything else that you may encounter in life. So, congrats to them. By the way, let's say we're going to cancel this story here. When it comes to Arch City Now, we want to talk with you guys. We love your comments. We love when you guys get involved and tell us what is happening. By the way, from the chat line, Kelly is also a Steve and DC alum as well. They had Radio Greatness back in the day. She was one of the producers on the show. She was absolutely funny doing that. Also, almost a decade to buy out those 6 houses in Florissant from the radioactive contamination. We talked about that at the beginning of last week. It's unfortunate. Sometimes it takes a long time to deal with politics, but you have to stay in the game. If you can stay in the game and do that, maybe you can get some sort of answer. You can get some sort of relief. Not saying it's easy. I'm just saying that it is possible. You just have to stay at it, keep humping along, making sure that everything that you can possibly do is being done from that standpoint. We talked about the weather. Weather's supposed to be good this week throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. Up until the weekend, Saturday and Sunday may not look that great. Temperatures look pretty good. 83 today in the St. Louis area. Talking about 90 tomorrow, 89 Thursday, Friday in the upper 80s, maybe getting a little humid, and then maybe some storms for the weekend. At least it's dry right now because we know we'll take as much as we can of the dry temperatures, considering we know what it's like to deal with lots of rain, being the wettest spring that we've ever had throughout May, or it was April and May. I think those are the wettest springs that we had ever had. All right. Okay. Also, the Muni set to open its 107th season with Kennedy Homes in Bring It On. That information coming out this morning. Once again, the Muni, super popular throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area, set to open its 107th season with Kennedy Homes and Bring It On. So I know a lot of people who get involved with the Muni, people who love to get down there. Projo, I know you're not heading down to the Muni anytime soon, right? No, I haven't. Also, updates coming out as we get the headlines in today. Ryan Helsley, the Cardinals, he has been an amazing closer, saying that he says that he still feels good at where he is, despite blowing another save opportunity last night for the Cardinals as they lost 5-4 to the Blue Jays. That was unfortunate. They've lost they've lost 6 out of their last 10 games. They're 6 games above 500, and they remain 4 games behind the Chicago Cubs, who lost again. So was grateful to see the Cubs lose. We're always grateful when the Cubs lose. Also, coming up, let's see here. Hot Take Central is coming up at 8:00. I believe they have the Carolina Rod Brindamore. I believe they have their head coach coming up on their show today. If I'm misquoting that, Cam and crew, let me know. And then we'll put the right information out, but I just saw that come down as well. We've got that. We talked about Ric Flair today. Ric Flair battling a second stint of skin cancer just in the last 3 years. Thoughts and prayers to him and his family. He tells us that he is supposed to begin treatment next week. And we know everybody knows somebody who's been infected of some kind of cancer, and going through treatment is not, it's not an easy thing. Very, very difficult degree to do that. The state of Texas, interesting from the chat line, lost a recent Supreme Court case ruling of private homes due to that. Interesting. They had to go and pay for the private homes that were sinking like we saw in St. Charles. Very interesting. Thank you for bringing that to the state. Due to they lost, according to Boone, the state of Texas recently lost a Supreme Court case, just like the one we saw in St. Charles, due to a lack of proper irrigation, which goes back to what happened at Heritage Landing in St. Charles County, where homes were literally slipping down their hill, the foundation going out. And it goes back to the county of St. Charles admitting that they could have been better with their regulations and building back into the 70s because of an irrigation system. So they are now having their homes stabilized with money. St. Charles County didn't have the money to take care of it, but they got state funds to take care of it and then use some of the ARPA money from the county to make sure that these residents are taken care of. We're not used to seeing lots of wins like that a lot. And it's taken a long time. I think it was 10 years.
Sure, quite a while.
I mean, it's been a long journey for these residents. I mean, you're constantly dealing with it. It's constantly in your life.
Too long.
No, it is. You're right. It's too long. It is absolutely too long. That should not be happening. But sometimes you have to deal with certain things that you don't want to deal with. And that's one of those cases. Just unfortunate that people have to deal with that. Also, we want to know what you guys have going on in your neck of the woods, remember to keep us posted. Story ideas, jump in on the conversation. You can do that at YouTube. Some people still learning how to do that. Okay, what do I do? Where do I go? It's not that difficult. Jump in on YouTube. You can talk with us. Let us know what you want to do, what you're thinking about that. And of course, we'll get those conversations in. Also, we're also looking for anything. This show covers anything when it comes to St. Louis. We'll get into it. We'll talk about it. Heck, we were talking about it earlier when it came to the cannabis industry, the marijuana industry. Pro Joe, you've talked about the benefits of it because so many people would use pharma and they're just not educated on it since it became legal. It's another topic that we'll be getting into as well. And you've become an expert in it. And I don't say that in a funny, oh, he's an expert in marijuana.
Well, if you're gonna consume something or put it in your body, you better be an expert on it. That's all I'm saying.
That is a very good point. No, it really is. And it's very popular because when we've done those shows, people get in, they want to know. And there are so many products. It blew my mind when I saw how many products were actually available for people to use and how people are using it, especially because it's become such a huge business throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area as well.
Well, and there is a recreational draw to it because I mean it's good for everybody. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah, I agree. I can see where that's coming from. We have also told you that the president has approved disaster declaration relief for St. Louis City when it comes to the tornado cleanup. That is much needed. We're not sure exactly how much or when the funds will be dispersed, but we do know that they're coming. AMC Theaters adding another commercial, unfortunately, to the previews. They're going to split that money up between themselves and another business partner that they have, but it offers a great spot for people.
So does that mean that they're lowering ticket prices since they're adding more advertisements?
No, of course it doesn't.
Of course not, right?
No, of course it doesn't. Don't forget to check out Long Shots, the brand new restaurant over at Fairmont Park Casino and Racing. Of course, the Racino, as they're undergoing a multi-million-dollar adjustment over there. They're going to be they're trying to have this new look with obviously where you can have gambling, casino, racing at Fairmont Park in Collinsville, Illinois. You can go to Lion's Choice, or not go to Lion's Choice, but you can actually, where do you go? Oh, USA Today, the 10 Best Readers Award. Vote for Lion's Choice when it comes to their regional award. They've been nominated for Best Regional Fast Food Restaurant. I could definitely see them getting some kudos from that standpoint as well. 3 St. Charles County cities named best to live in the state of Missouri. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. And for desirability, affordability, comfort level, number 1 was O'Fallon. Number 2 was St. Peter's. Number 3, St. Charles. Number 4 was Lee Summit. That's a really good place over in Kansas City. That's for sure. Police are continuing to crack down on the stunt drivers. They came out last night and said, listen, we took down 40 to 50 cars last week. And if people are going to do that all over the St. Louis area, we're going to find you and we're going to throw out spike strips. We're going to spike your car. We're going to take those cars down. 40 to 50 in one weekend is a pretty big number. And if you continue to do that, obviously, who wants to mess up their damn car doing that? I would not want to do that, especially after the time and money that you put into a car. No need for that. Cardinals get back at it tonight. Looking to take care of the Blue Jays, 6:45. They lost last night. Florida beat the Edmonton Oilers last night as we preview Jim and Cam show. It's coming up, which I'll be talking hockey. Final score there was 6-1. The Bomarito Automotive Group 500 coming up this weekend as well. Saturday and Sunday. It really is one of the best events of the year throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area over at Worldwide Technology Raceway. If you haven't got a ticket yet, check it out. Lots of options when it comes to tickets as well to make sure that you and or your family have the best experience possible. All of those things there for you coming up this weekend. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow from 6 to 8. We are Arch City Now. You can YouTube us, Arch City Now Live. We're on X Live every day. And of course, check out luinfo.com. With that, we appreciate you joining us today. For Projo, I'm Vic Faust. We are the Lou Information Station, live and on demand at luinfo.com. Have a great Tuesday.
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios, this is the Lou Information Station, KLIS 590 AM, Wood River, St. Louis.
USA Radio News, I'm John Summers. 8 people, including the gunman, are dead following a shooting at a Graz, Austria school. The Austria press agency reports the victims were 7 students and 1 adult. Several others were injured and taken to nearby hospitals. The BBC says the suspected shooter is thought to be a student. Graz is Austria's second largest city, located in the southeast section of the nation, with about 300,000 inhabitants.